My wife and I run a bed and breakfast, and over the years we've had numerous film crews literally from all over the world. They'll come in here with a vague or no concept at all. They bring their filters, their cultural filters from the dominant society. They come into a world that they don't understand, and generally speaking, the films that they make are shallow, possibly very stereotypical. They usually end up telling the message that the non-Indian filmmaker wants to tell, and may express little or nothing about the people here, really.
You know, being from a poverty-stricken neighborhood, you know, or a poverty-stricken county or reservation, that's a big obstacle because I don't have a lot of the resources and a lot of the other stuff the kids have. Like, for instance, whenever I was taking my headshots, I didn't have access to, professional photographers or anything like that. We literally took my headshot outside of a Walmart and went and printed it on my phone.
We have poverty here, and that poverty shocks outside people, and they tend to focus on the poverty, and they tend to focus on the hardship, and they tend to focus on the tough life. One time a movie producer asked me if I could write a romantic comedy about here in the contemporary, and I said, give me 30 days, I'll get you one. And he thought I was kidding. He said, you mean you can write a romantic comedy amidst all this poverty? And I said, that's the way you see it. Of course people fall in love, and we have romance, and we've got families here that are more successful than others, families that are middle class. We have families that are very poor. But to say that everybody here is poor, or that everybody here is alcoholic, or that everybody here is on drugs, and create that kind of image is not the stories we want to be telling to the world, and it's not the stories we want to be telling to our own people.
I told Mark that if I was to ever move home, that I would like to start an arts camp. We were looking for young people to come and learn not only what I teach, but also for learning film school.
I'm a writer and a filmmaker myself, and I felt it was something that I could try to contribute to the community, giving people skills for storytelling and how to use cameras, editing equipment, sound equipment, lighting.
Before we even got our building, we ran our camps out of our house in our mobile home. Over the years, we looked for buildings, and eventually we found this building, which was an old Head Start building. It was kind of damaged, and it sat empty, and they said we could use the building.
Our film school, sponsored by the United States Department of Agriculture under Rural Jobs Training, we were supposed to be able to get about a year out of the grant, and we're going to get close to 3 years. We want to tell stories that are just like everybody else has. We'd like to make comedies. We'd like to make dramas and romances and thrillers that take place within a Native community.
I want to star on the Walk of Fame eventually, you know what I mean? That's always the goal, is I want an Oscar, you know what I mean? But the thing I don't want is I don't want people to see me as a Native American actor. I want them to see me as an actor who just happens to be Native American. I don't want to play all the roles like Tonto and squatting buffalo, you know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to sit there and talk like this.
It's critically important that more and more stories are generated from within the community and told in a manner that a community filmmaker chooses to tell that story. So it makes us very rare. I think we're probably the only on-reservation film school in North America.
Come and listen to these words, come and listen